Now to the traffic stop that's gone viral and why the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it's opened an investigation. The video shows deputies beating and punching William McNeil Jr., who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video now.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we're just going to hop right into it. So today, I will be talking about William Anthony McNeil Jr. So, if you are unfamiliar with that name and why he is, I guess you could say, popular nowadays, is because he is the one that had the recent body cam footage that went viral. Now, the body cam footage, or not body cam footage, it was his perspective, but they have also dropped the body cam footage. I'll get in that. But he dropped his perspective of his video of what I would consider a police brutality incident, but the Jacksonville police is not trying to treat it like that. And basically, it was a viral video that basically seen the police officer. Now, he's not doing anything violent towards a police officer, but we do, we'll get into the story in a couple minutes. But, the police officer breaks the window down and drags McNeil out the car and basically punches him a couple times while he's arresting. And, yeah, that's pretty much why it went viral. So I'll put the video in here now.
Open my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people headlights off,
Okay,
first of all.
and then
there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. Don't.
Stop fighting!
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking stupid shit, bro. I was doing, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason, bro.
Big knife center in here too.
You gonna throw me blow like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late.
It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
So, what we have found out, and basically they have dropped the body cam footage from the police officer's perspective and what it is. So, it does give you, I don't think it, excuses what the police officer did. I don't think it was right what the police officer did. But it does give you that the police, that McNeil, they pulled him over first. And he opens the door. He does talk to police for a little bit. Basically, he asks him what he's getting pulled over for. Now, this is where, I understand people are like, it's a police officer, so you could comply. But I do understand the anger from McNeil for the simple fact, it's just a lot more shit in the world you should be worried about, and then telling somebody, yeah, I pulled you over because of your headlights in the daytime. You damn near can't see nobody headlights in the daytime. You have to be looking very, very hard and be nitpicking at somebody's shit in the daytime for you to really pull somebody over for that. And I'm also thinking this is Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida is, not even gonna say notorious, but it's just not, some of the safest environments. And all this shit going on in Jacksonville, and you worried about a nigga who got his headlights on in the day. I could see the anger from that, but that's not excluding McNeil because he probably should have complied more with the police. I'm not saying that, but it still wasn't necessary. Everything the police did. So, like I said, he pulls on. He's talking to the police, and then he shuts the door after he realized what the police are pulling him over for, and locks it. So the police tries to open the door. Still, he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't try to flee or anything. He just sits in his car and asks him to call his supervisor. He repeatedly tells him to call his supervisor. by then, he had set up his phone, basically for, his purpose, his protection purposes. And by then, that is when the police officers began to crack his window and, snatch him out the car and things of that sort.
Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't know how
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
This is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm proper driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 for the 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep. 25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
Well, I'm coming west on Commonwealth. I'll be there in a second.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Yep, my camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Vehicle's blocked in. He's locked it up. He's putting the window down. The patch tried to talk to 2574. Hey, I'm about to break the window. I'm about to break the window.
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 15:21 hours.
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. No, don't touch it. Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back. I'm resisting. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was going wrong.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking 2%. Now I'm doing, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes.
No reason, bro. You gonna throw my phone Yeah, I'm gonna take it off now, man. Bro. And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
You just gotta see what's in the already.
So your partner didn't even ask. Marijuana in his right pocket. Yes, it is. So why close the door if you see him pull up? Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
I don't know.
Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? What up? You're both my bro.
25. So you can start rescue. 1067. Approximately 30-year-old Bravo Mike. Laceration on the lip.
2570. I'm gonna go around and get in this car. Okay.
That ain't good. Yeah. I know. You should have put some gloves on, bro.
No.
You see that? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What you need? You need tissue? You good?
Yeah, you or him? Okay.
But basically, what I think is unnecessary is obviously we see after he slammed on the ground. Now I can understand him not complying and them snatching him out of the vehicle. I guess I can understand that. You know, at the end of the day, police officers do have to do a job. But after that, you know, continuous punching him on the ground, that was unnecessary. And just the force they tried to handle him with after, you know, he basically was like, damn, okay, you got me, is over with. So I also thought the glass breaking was a little unnecessary. I just, you know, at least I can understand, you know, like I said, I'm trying to, you know, give a little leeway to the police. But I can understand punching the glass maybe one time, like, nigga, you need to comply or something like that. But continuously punching the glass flying and everything and then snatching him out, throwing him on the ground and punching him, it's just completely unnecessary. It shouldn't have been with that force. Luckily, they also, you know, okay, so the details that have came out about this is that the JSO has decided not to press charges against the police officer and cleared them of any wrongdoing.
Charged with anything?
Well, court records, Kira, show that McNeil is facing a slew of charges, and I'll just read through them here. The first is resisting arrest without violence to his or her person. He's also charged with possessing not more than 20 grams of marijuana, driving while his license was suspended, not wearing a seatbelt, and no headlights in the rain. And he was sentenced to and served 2 days in jail. We haven't heard from McNeil himself, but his attorneys are saying that they are disgusted, but that they're not surprised. They argue that McNeil was calmly exercising his constitutional rights, and they beat him for it.
Well, what is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office saying, and what do we know about these officers that were involved? There were a number there on the scene.
Yeah, definitely a number of them there, Akira. Well, as you pointed out, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, they have opened an internal investigation into this incident, and they sent us a statement saying, quote, "We hold our officers to the highest standards and are committed to thoroughly determining exactly what occurred." Now, when it comes to the officers that were involved, we really don't know a lot at this point. A public information officer that we reached out to said that they could not comment, given that this is an ongoing investigation, Kira.
Basically, they cleared them of any wrongdoing is because they tried to say that McNeil leaned forward for a weapon, or it said they found an unsheathed knife in his car, and he tried to lean forward for that while they were, you know, talking to him. And I will say that is totally bullshit. It's hard to see McNeil from inside the car from the body cam footage because he does have tint. It's kind of, you can't really just see straight in his car. But from his footage, you can see he is standing straight. He never moves. Even after the police officer even cracks the window and the glass is flying, he still does not move. He never moves forward. He does not lean forward. He stands still. So the force in thinking that he was finna stab them is unnecessary because he never moved. I understand being angry that he didn't comply, but to lie and say that he was trying to get his knife and that he was going for it and he leaned forward for it is crazy. He didn't move. Now, where I also had an issue with it, because if you didn't know, the police chief in JSO or Jacksonville is black, Chief Waters. But I just didn't. I understand, having to be for the first and having to be about the blue, but I just feel like in some situations you do have to be realistic, and you at least not. I can say yes, you can acknowledge that Mr. McNeil did not comply, as he probably should have. But you also should acknowledge that saying there was a weapon that was reached for that was not reached for. We have multiple camera angles that shows you there was never a weapon that was reached for, and anything of that sort. And unnecessary force. I understand, like I said, that he was not complying. So some of it, yes. But after you have him on the ground, you continue to punch him and things of that sort. That is unnecessary force. So
camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions. These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the state attorney's office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law. As you'll see in short order, the body-worn camera footage does not capture Officer Bauer's response to resistance when McNeil was seated in the driver's seat. As I explained, although the state attorney's office has deemed it not criminal, the response to resistance is now subject of a pending administrative review to determine if Bauer's conduct violated JSO policy. The law requires that a person comply with the police officer's commands during a traffic stop. This is extremely important. There are not options. If you disagree, take care of it someplace else, but not on the side of the road. No one enjoys being the subject of a traffic stop, and there are times in which citizens dispute circumstances of their stops, but the law is clear. A person must comply with an officer's commands, even if that person disagrees with that officer's reasons for the stop. Within 21 seconds of his civil stop or civil traffic infractions, driving without illuminated headlights during the rain or failure to wear a seatbelt, McNeil refused to provide stopping officers with his driver's license and registration. 14 seconds later, he locked his car door and refused to exit the vehicle, despite being told many times that he was under arrest. Moreover, McNeil was warned 7 times that he needed to open the door and exit because he was under arrest for resisting an officer without violence, or police would be forced to break his car window. Soon after McNeil was outside his car, officers found a large, unsheathed serrated knife on the driver's side floorboard.
I do think some of it is bullshit, and some of it McNeil maybe should have complied a little bit more. But like I said, pulling somebody over for headlights in the daytime when you're in Jacksonville, Florida, of all places where shit like that's going on, I just don't think, I think the cop was on bullshit. And then having a second officer as well. Well, I mean, I guess if he's not complying. It's just, I don't know. I just don't agree with everything in the video, and I don't exactly, disagree with everything in the video. But shit, it's we gonna see where. I mean, it really ain't nowhere to go from here after they cleared him in the wrongdoings. It's just now it's gonna be a viral video. Maybe he tries to get a silver suit, but that's all it is. That's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we out.